This week on Charger Bulletin News, another round of USGA elections, Passover and Ramadan are being celebrated across campus, registration for the Prado Fall 2023 semester, and a student art display, right here on Charger Bulletin News. Hello, and welcome to Charger Bulletin News. I'm Sidara Funches.
And I'm Emily Lavoie. Let's get into this week's top stories.
Breaking news, the results of the USGA elections for President and Vice President of Engagement are in. The President-elect is Darby Brown, and the Vice President-elect is Brisa Velasquez for the 2023-2024 academic year. While these positions are now filled, there are more positions available within USGA. Nominations and applications for multiple positions are open for the upcoming academic year, including Vice President of Operations, Vice President of Community, Advocacy and Diversity, Vice President of Finance, Director of Finance, Sergeant at Arms, and Executive Assistant. Links to the nomination and application forms are in yesterday's announcement email from CELO.
Wednesday evening marked the beginning of Pesach, or Passover, which will continue through sunset on Thursday, April 13th. Passover marks the Israelites' emancipation from slavery in Egypt and is often celebrated with holiday meals and candles, the removal of any hametz, or leavened grain, from personal possession in the home, and consumption of matzah, particularly on Seder nights. In order to support those observing Passover, there are a few things happening around campus you should be aware of. On Saturday, April 8th, Hillel is hosting a Passover dinner in the Alumni Lounge from 6 to 8 p.m., and the duration of Passover dining halls will serve meals in accordance with the holiday for the next week. In an email from Vice President of Student Affairs, Ophelia Rowe Allen, the campus community is encouraged to be sensitive to the needs of those who are celebrating. If you are in need of a space to practice your traditions during this or any other time, the Meditation and Spirituality Center is in the lower level of 15 Rudin Street Apartments and is open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Ramadan began on March 22nd and is a holy month observed in the Islamic faith commemorating the revelation of the Quran to the Prophet Muhammad. Ramadan is celebrated by 1.8 billion Muslims around the world and will conclude on April 20th. The Muslim Student Association held their annual Imam banquet on Tuesday, March 21st, and has since hosted other events to educate the campus community about the month of Ramadan and about Islam as a whole. One of the most well-known aspects of Ramadan is the practice of fasting from sunrise to sunset. It is important to be sensitive to how those observing this holy month are feeling, since they may be tired, hungry, dehydrated, and/or distracted during this time. If you're in need of space to practice your traditions during this month or at any other time, the Meditation and Spirituality Center is open daily, and there are multiple upcoming on-campus prayer opportunities, which are as follows. Friday, April 7th at 6 p.m., Friday, April 14th at 6 p.m., and Friday, April 21st at 1 p.m. All will be held in the Moulton Lounge in Bartels Hall. Iftar meals will be provided to the first 50 attendees, followed by prayers on these days. Dining services will be open until 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday and will be open until 8 p.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Students are able to swipe twice during dinner meal periods for iftar meal to keep in their rooms. For a more in-depth exploration of the experience Muslim students have had while celebrating Ramadan on campus, including how MSA has led campus observances events, you can read the full article on chargerbulletin.com.
If you're interested in studying abroad in Italy, registration is now open for the fall 2023 semester on the Prado campus. For the entirety of the fall semester, students have the opportunity to travel to Tuscany, Italy, while earning credit toward their degree. If this is an opportunity you are interested in, there are a few things you need to prepare to be eligible. Students must apply for a student visa to be able to participate. The Office of Study Abroad in Maxey Hall, room 109, is available to help anyone interested through the visa application process. Students must also have a passport that is valid through May of 2024. If your passport expires before then, or if you do not have a passport, you should begin the process now due to the amount of time it takes to receive the final documentation. If you're planning on studying abroad, you should discuss with your advisor what classes you plan to take while in Prado, and be sure to check the list of classes offered. You can find the full list in the Office of Study Abroad or online at studyabroad.newhaven.edu, where you can also find the program application. You can find more information about the program in Maxey 109 or online at newhaven.edu.
If you're looking to take a relaxing walk to look at some beautiful art, head on over to the Seton Art Gallery to check out the Something So Little Can Be So Big for Us collection. This gallery has pieces from 16 students enrolled in the Drawing 2 course, which is run by the university's Department of Art and Design. The collection was coordinated by course instructors Alexander Puz and Grant Chewy. Puz displayed pride in the students' work, saying that they, quote, really rose to the occasion, end quote. As part of the assignment, students had to take a small object from their everyday lives and increase its scale on a large piece of paper. The purpose of the assignment was to closely look at the object from your life that you may overlook so you can appreciate it more. These pieces are on display at the art gallery until April 9th, so head on over before the collection is closed. And we'll now head to Will Hink with sports this week. What's going on this week, Will?
Hello everybody, my name is Will Hink and welcome to the Charger Sports Report. There's a whole lot on the docket for this week, so let's get into it. The softball team has been struggling as of late, but they were looking to get back on track with a homestand against Franklin Pierce and St. Michael's. With more information on these games, we have a Charger Bulletin correspondent, Justin Oracchione. Justin?
We got a weird one against Franklin Pierce on Thursday the 30th. Thorpe is up to bat. Pitch. Oh, gets by the catcher, runner from first, moves on to second. Am I going to go third? Nope. I'm going to stay right here on second, plant my feet. Next pitch to Thorpe. Flares it out to second. Tough on the hands. Next batter up. Flies it up into foul territory. She's running. Umpire says foul ball. Number 11. Know the name. Skylar Griffin. Completely shutting out St. Michael's. You got to pop out right there. Nice little easy routine play. Next pitch to the next batter. Ooh, strike three, you're out. UNH up to bat, runner on first. She's going to slat that the other way into right field, down the line. Oh, she bobbles it. She's going to go to third from first. Next batter up, she's going to line that into left field between the two fielders, and that's going to drive in the only run we get the entire game.
After this week, New Haven sits at 4th place in the conference with a 5-3 conference record and a 7-18 overall. They'll have a chance to improve their standing with a conference matchup against Lemoyne on Friday and a couple of non-conference games to fill in the gaps. Also facing Lemoyne was the women's lacrosse team, who has been on the road since their last home game last week. Justin Oracchione will bring us up to speed.
The New Haven Chargers women's lacrosse team hosted the Lemoyne Dolphins on March 29th, hoping to secure a win on their home turf. However, the game did not go as planned, and the Chargers suffered a tough loss with a final score of 6-18. The Chargers started off strong with a quick goal in the first minute of the game, but the Dolphins quickly gained momentum and took control of the game, scoring multiple goals in quick successions. The Chargers struggled to keep up with the Dolphins' aggressive offense and were unable to make up the early deficit. Despite the scoreline, Chargers put up a strong fight and never gave up. They continued the battle throughout the game, but were ultimately unable to overcome the Dolphins' lead. The Chargers defense put up valiant effort, but the Dolphins offense proved to be too much to handle. This loss is a setback for the Chargers, but they remain optimistic and motivated for future games. The team's eager to prove themselves and will be working hard in practice to ensure that they are ready to compete at their best level.
The baseball team looked to continue their hot streak with a road trip to Pace over the weekend. The Chargers were able to take 3 out of 4 games to take a greater lead in the conference, increasing their conference record to 6-2 and 18-5 overall. With a wave of non-conference matchups coming up, winning 3 games in conference adds insurance for our #1 seed over the next week. And to close out the week, the track and field teams participated in the Ramapo College Invitational last weekend. The men's team placed 3rd out of 17 with 4 medals and 91 points. The women's team placed 5th out of 20 with 3 medals and 54 points. That's all for sports this week. Back to you guys at the desk.
The spring semester is coming to an end, but educational opportunities continue through the summer, and so does housing if you apply and are accepted. If you are participating in a summer program and need housing, the summer housing applications are open until April 25th. While there is some time left, it is recommended that you complete the application as soon as possible. Students are required to provide supporting documentation as part of the application process, which you can access through your My Housing account. If you have any questions regarding summer housing, you can email them to Caitlin Burris at kburrus@newhaven.edu.
Coming up next, a crime data workshop, the Cash Parency series continues, a chemistry seminar, and a brief overview of last week's iFest. But first, we go to Justin Coviello with Student Life. What do you have for this week, Justin?
Thanks, guys. Throughout the month of April, the university will be celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And to celebrate throughout the month, multiple organizations are hosting events between now and April 28th. The kickoff event already took place at the Myatt Center on Monday, but there are plenty of events to look forward to. On Friday, the Myatt Center's Diversity Peer Educators are hosting a Modern History of Hawaii event from 4:30 to 5:30 in the Myatt Center, and the Asian American Student Union is hosting a pop-up shop in the Alumni Lounge and Annex from 5:30 to 7:30. The Jedi Ambassadors are hosting a courageous conversation on the myth of the model minority on April 26th, and both the Myatt Center and the Asian American Student Union will be co-hosting a movie night showing of Everything Everywhere All at Once on April 28th. A full calendar of events happening this month is available on My Charger, and events will be posted on Charger Connection. And on Tuesday night, the Music Industry Club hosted their April Shower Show, just one of the many events they have lined up for this spring. 3 heavy rock alternative bands took to the stage. Them Airs kicked off the night, followed by Dead Tooth, who preceded headliner Bass Drum of Death. The lineup showcased a wide range of sound and vocals, and each band flooded the German club with their own distinct and unique dynamic. Whether it was screaming with their shoes off or doing stand-up between elevating a performance using the saxophone, the night had it all. Performers' attire ranged from casual athletic shorts to bandanas paired with neon-tinted sunglasses. But no matter what shirt they had on their back, each band brought the speaker system to the brink of a burnout. The Music Industry Club is also having a student showcase next Wednesday, also in the German Club, and a record store day on April 22nd in the Sheffield Gazebo.
Satellite imagery provides a valuable source of data in fields like environmental science, political science, and criminal justice. On Friday, April 21st, from 12:30 to 3:30 p.m., there will be a workshop related to satellite imagery and crime data collection. The Satellite Images and Spatiotemporal Crime Data Workshop aims to provide hands-on experience with the ArcGIS Pro mapping software, which can generate data on when and where crime events take place. The workshop will focus on looting and archaeological sites in Lower Egypt and the changes that have happened over time in such events. If you are interested in learning how to use this program and how to analyze this data, you should sign up for the workshop before April 20th. You can find the registration link on My Charger under the Happening on Campus tab.
The Financial Wellness Program is continuing its Cash Parency series throughout the next few weeks, and all the events they're hosting are approved for the Professional Enrichment Program, or PEP credit. Here's what you can look forward to. Today, Thursday, April 6th, there's a Philanthropy 101 workshop from 1 to 2 p.m. in the Molten Lounge and on Zoom. This presentation will cover the power of philanthropy and its impacts on the campus community. Next week, on Thursday, April 13th, there will be a salary negotiation workshop from 1 to 2 p.m. on Zoom, where you can learn how to confidently negotiate a salary. And on Wednesday, April 26th, there will be a student loan repayment workshop from 1 to 2 p.m. on Zoom. That will cover managing your loan payments, your options for loan repayment, and the responsibilities that come with student loans. Students in the College of Business are required to have 16 PEP credits to graduate, so these upcoming workshops are a great way to meet that requirement.
Coming up tomorrow afternoon is a seminar on the detection of air pollutants, hosted by the Chemistry and Chemical and Biomedical Engineering Department. This seminar will include a guest speaker from the SUNY College of Environmental Science and Forestry. The presentation, titled Constraining the Fates of Atmospheric Reactive Nitrogen via Stable Isotopes, will be held at 2 p.m. in person in Kaplan Hall, room 107, and on Zoom. If you're interested in learning more about how the scientific community is developing new tools to detect and mitigate air pollution, join the event tomorrow. Zoom information is available on My Charger.
The 43rd Annual International Festival was held this past Friday in the Beckerman Recreation Center. The Office of Graduate and International Student Life coordinated the event and invited students to attend and enjoy various kinds of performances while learning about the culture of their peers. Over 20 countries were represented through tabling through their respective cuisines. Students also got to enjoy some amazing performances, such as a phenomenal Korean musical performance by Brian Cadavos, a Latin group dance by Incendio Dance Project, and an African dance and poetry reading by the African Graduate Student Association. At one point in the evening, Stephen Macchiarolo, director of OGISL, gave a speech and said that the International Festival, quote, provides the opportunity for our entire community to experience different aspects of our college students and friends of all countries and cultures, end quote. For more details about the event, read the full article online at chargerbulletin.com. And that's all the time we have for this week.
You could check out the latest Charger Bulletin newspaper on chargerbulletin.com or in newsstands around campus.
Stay up to date by following us on social media at Charger Bulletin.
Check out our link tree for access to the Horseshoe magazine.
Thanks for joining us this week. I'm Sidara Funches.
And I'm Emily Lavoie. We'll see you next time on Charger Bulletin News.